We just got some big news regarding Metal Gear Solid after celebrating its 35th anniversary. So let's talk about it. Hey, what's up guys, OP Gamer here, and this is another episode of the Daily Gaming Report. Metal Gear Solid is regarded as one of the best games of all time, and is sadly abandoned by Konami for many years. But it seems that might have finally changed, at least in some way. As reported by Games Radar, in celebration of Metal Gear Solid's 35th anniversary, Konami is preparing to relist previously delisted games in the series. Earlier today on July 13th, Konami's Japanese Twitter account put out the statement below. The statement reads that, in celebration of the Metal Gear series' 35th anniversary today, the company is preparing to resume sales of games in the series that were previously delisted. This is their tweet, and when you translate it, it says, "The Metal Gear series released on July 13th, 1987, celebrated its 35th anniversary today. We are preparing to resume sales of titles that have been temporarily suspended." It continues, Konami obviously isn't revealing which titles it's preparing to relist, but there is some educated guesses to be made. Back in late 2021, Konami announced it would be delisting both Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty and Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater from digital storefronts. Let me just say, these are two of my favorite Metal Gear Solid games. My personal favorite is Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. I know a lot of people's favorite is Metal Gear Solid 2, but 3 just hits right at home. Continuing on, this was apparently because of expired licenses of historical footage used in both games. At the time, Konami released a statement saying it would work to get both games back on digital storefronts at some point in the future. But we haven't heard any additional information about this until now, over 8 months later. This is obviously a huge relief for not just fans of the Metal Gear Solid series, but also game preservation at large, and I really agree with this. You gotta preserve some of these titles, especially the Metal Gear Solid series, cause they hold so much value to so many people, and are regarded as masterpieces that evolve with time. The Metal Gear Solid series is infamous for being difficult to play on modern gaming system, with Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain being the only mainline game players can experience across PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. So yeah, if you guys didn't know, Metal Gear Solid 3 is still exclusive on the PlayStation 3 and is extremely difficult to emulate even on PC. I have tried it and it does work, but there are many bugs and issues with it. So I really hope Konami goes through with this and brings Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 back the way that they deserve to be treated. Do let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section down below. Are you excited about this? Or do you wish Konami would do more with the Metal Gear Solid series and perhaps make a new game? Or do you think that will never happen due to the relationship with Hideo Kojima? And even if it does happen, it will be something like Metal Gear Solid Survive, which is a huge disappointment. Konami also holds a lot of titles that are beloved by many, including myself, like Silent Hill and Castlevania. The 3 titles, Metal Gear Solid, Silent Hill, and Castlevania, are such titans of games, and it's absolutely baffling to see Konami do absolutely nothing with them for many years. I just don't get it. I know they're making a lot of money with gambling, but sometimes you just gotta give the people what they want. I know they're a company and they want to make money, but let's be real, they made their money. It's time to put some quality out, and I don't see why they can't do both. Do the gambling stuff and also provide possible remakes of such franchises. I personally don't want them to do sequels, because I know without Hideo Kojima, it just won't be the same. But if they just remake their games the exact same, but with better graphics and better gameplay mechanics, then that's something I would be down for, depending on how they do it. We have 2 more things to talk about. One of them is that Stray is coming out very soon, and I'm talking 5 days soon. Now a lot of people are hyped for this game. Every single gameplay video they release on Twitter gains so much traction by many people and so many retweets and likes. I can kinda tell where this game is going. I think it's going the route of Sifu, where the game is going to sell very well, but you have to keep your expectations set. This is not a AAA title, so it's probably going to be very fast to beat, but extremely fun to play. Just wanted to give you a quick heads up in case you missed the game's release. Also, let me know in the comment section down below, are you getting Stray on day 1? Or are you waiting for a sale? Or to hear the thoughts of the reviewers first? The last topic I wanted to discuss is kind of interesting because it's a mess up from EA, but EA is kindly asking fans to not download the cracked playtest of Skate 4. So yeah, apparently the cracked test is from an old build from September 21st, and people somehow got around downloading it. And EA figured they would ask the fans to not play it. I mean, I totally get that they want the fans to not play it, But you can't just ask the internet to not do something. That's just going to rev it up even more and more people will want to do it. And obviously many sites reported on it, and it's going to get more traction and get more people downloading the playtest or trying to figure out how to download it and get to playing it. So I think it's not the smartest idea for EA to ask the fans to not download something. It's just going to gather more attention, which in my opinion I think that was the intention of EA. There is no way they didn't know that people were going to download it regardless of what they say. It reads here, after a cracked build of Skate 4, or simply Skate, as EA desperately wants us to call it, appeared in the wild, the developers are asking players to not download it, effectively confirming that the leak is real. And that's another thing, they also confirmed this by making this statement or the request. Quote, we are aware of an earlier version of the game that has been distributed without our authorization, the devs say in the announcement. This build is from September 21st and was never intended for external use. While we understand you're excited to get into the game, we encourage you to be careful when downloading files from unknown sources and remind you of the potential consequences of breaking EA's terms of service. I guess they're going by the legality of things, but I don't think EA is going to sue anyone for downloading this thing. I personally don't recommend it. You shouldn't torrent anything, to be honest. I always try to support the developers instead of downloading stuff, even when it comes to movies and these things. The only thing I download that's not from an official site is mods, and that's the only thing that I can possibly recommend. So I agree with what they're saying, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to go after every single person that downloaded it. They also said that more official information on Skate 4 will be revealed on Thursday, July 14th, which is today as I'm recording it, as part of a stream labeled The Boardroom. Now they actually released this video 3 hours ago. It's an 18-minute video called The Boardroom Skate, and they showed a lot of behind the scenes footage of Skate that I will be showing right here. And apparently there is more episodes of this. This is the first episode of the Skate, The Boardroom dev video series. And within this showcase, they actually confirmed that microtransaction feature will be available in Skate. No one is surprised by this, let's be real. EA is notorious for microtransactions. And shout out to Tryhard Guides for listing these things. They basically listed 4 main things that were discussed in the showcase. Not pay to win, no map areas locked behind paywalls, no paid loot boxes, no paid gameplay advantages. Now what are my thoughts about this? I think it's totally fine. If the game is really good and performs really well and nails the feel of Skate games, then I have absolutely no problem with the EA implementing a microtransaction feature where I'm guessing you're going to be buying clothes or apartments. So assuming that they develop the game really well and it comes out great and reviews great, then I have no problem with microtransactions being in it, especially if it's not pay to win or not loot boxes. That's all the news for today. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below about all the news discussed, and please do leave a like on this video if you found it helpful, as that will help a lot with the YouTube algorithm and help me make more videos like this. Also subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and don't forget to hit the bell notification icon to never miss any future uploads. That's all for me now. I'll catch you next time.